Good morning, Monday morning. Heading now to Tel Aviv to Deloitte to meet an old friend there and hear what he's doing with startups at Deloitte, followed by another meeting there, and then going to meet an old friend. Pretty chill day, great meetings, and then tonight, going back to Tel Aviv to a launch party for Maniv, Mike Granoff's VC fund that just recently invested, or not so recently invested, in one of the most interesting companies, Phantom Auto. The CEO is Shai Magzimov, who sold his last company to Viber. Awesome dude. He was actually on the vlog many months ago when I went to his garage in Silicon Valley and experienced Phantom Auto, which is basically remote autonomous driving. Crazy cool company. So Maniv invested, and they have this party tonight in Tel Aviv. Very excited about that. All in all, it's going to be a fantastic day. Very excited about it. Here we go. I made it to Deloitte in Israel, meeting my boy David Feldman, who recently joined Deloitte Digital a little bit early to the meeting. But let's see if I can find a place to just chill here. All right, so first of all, let's just start. Back up a little bit. First of all, who are you?
I'm David Feldman, originally from Los Angeles, live in Tel Aviv.
Where are you from in Los Angeles? We discussed this?
Beverly, Pico.
We did discuss this.
Probably, at some point.
So how long do we know it? Okay, I feel ridiculous. It goes hurting. There we go. Okay, now we go.
But now I feel short.
No. What are you talking? What did you say? What? Okay, wait. So how long do we know each other?
We know each other for almost 3 years.
How do we originally connect? I don't even remember.
I know your niece. I know Michal from Shmonim. I grew up with her, and I saw what you were doing.
We went back by email a couple of times.
Yeah, reached out.
Before we became good buds. Okay, fine. So we sat a couple of years back, kind of talking about your next step, and hung out at a conference a couple of times. So kind of go way back. And you recently became somewhat of a hotshot.
Not yet.
No, I think you're a pretty big hotshot. What are you doing now?
So I'm working.
Where are we?
We're at the Deloitte Innovation Tech Terminal, which pretty much acts as an intersection between Israeli high tech and Deloitte's global partners, or really anyone for that matter that wants to come to Israel to explore Israeli technology.
How many coffees did you have this morning?
Not enough.
Because you're talking very fast.
Yeah.
I'm saying, it's good for my ADD, but let's slow down.
It's our ADD bouncing off each other.
No, because I'm doing 85 different things. If I showed you how many sent items every day, like how many emails I send out a day, you actually would not believe me.
No, that's another conversation we need to have, but I can redo that pitch again in a slower...
So let's wait, just back up a little bit.
Yeah.
For the 3.5 people on planet Earth who don't know what Deloitte is. I mean, everyone's heard of Deloitte. What is Deloitte? What does Deloitte do at its core?
So Deloitte at its core is a mix between consulting and different services.
Deloitte is globally known as a financial consulting company along with Ernst & Young. And
exactly. We're part of the Big Four.
What do you do here at Deloitte, and what is your kind of what part of what department are you in? Like what goes on here? Talk to me.
Perfect. So like I started to say, this is the Deloitte Innovation Tech Terminal, which acts as an intersection between Deloitte globally and the Israeli tech ecosystem. We're built as a team of Deloitte domain managers. Each person has a domain that they're in charge of. I run the fintech.
Can I just interrupt you for 1 second?
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing. The light in this office is perfect.
It is perfect. We got this beautiful view in front of us.
Yeah, the view is like coming right at us.
Yeah.
I mean, the lighting. Look at the camera. It's like perfect lighting. I just wanted to point that out.
Perfect.
So that was the ADD, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm right there with you. Yeah, it's all good.
All the time that I'm so
You're terrible. You're fired.
Horrible person. I mean, suffered enough.
Long story short, we're a team of domain managers. Each person has a domain that they run in Israel. There's cyber.
If you hit the table, it shakes the camera.
All right, we shouldn't do that.
Just say it.
Shake it.
Yes, go on.
There's cyber. There's mobility, life sciences and healthcare. I do fintech, agro, food tech. We have a few different domains that we focus on more.
You do fintech. What does
I
that
do
mean?
fintech. So under fintech lies obviously fintech, blockchain, and also insurtech. It's my job to really get to know you guys, get to know everyone out there in the market, and see how we can bring value to them. There are a lot of different services Deloitte provides, and many of them are tailor-made to startups. So the goal really is to get out there, have you guys come into us, see what we can meet, see how we can help, and eventually the goal is to connect whatever companies we can to our global partners. We host a lot of delegations.
Nice.
We host a lot of delegations.
Hold me in place.
Don't move. We host a lot of delegations in Israel, and our goal there is to really connect the relevant sources we know here to our partners globally or anyone else that comes here. So 85% of Fortune 500 companies that you've all heard of are who we work with. We work with the decision makers and really curate the relationships coming to Israel. We don't do startup tourism. We bring decision makers from both sides into rooms and really hopefully make magic happen.
Okay, so let me just sum that up.
Yeah.
In I think 7 words. You are me at a larger scale. What do I mean by that? Let me explain. I'll explain what I mean. You guys actually do not take money from startups. Like, you meet these startups, you say, okay, well, I'm Deloitte, come in here, let me help you guys. There's no strings attached.
Absolutely.
We're gonna accompany you sometimes for a long time. Build the company with you. Long term, if we as Deloitte have provided you, the company, enough value, down the road, you might use us for our services. You might not. And that's okay. And if, by the way, along the way, after we've helped and we've put in time and resources, you fail as a company, no harm done, move on.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of
it. It's 100% that. We want to find startups at the earliest stage we can. We definitely work with companies that are a lot larger than startups. My team and my job specifically really is to reach out to the early stage companies. And like Hillel said, we want to bring value, try to help as much as we can, and really hold the startups' hand along the way and all the needs that they have, with the goal of really still being there for them once they're the next big thing.
Love it. So if some startup is watching this, or if a potential partner or whoever, a player in the ecosystem that thinks that they could be of value to you or you can be of value to them, wants to reach out to you, how do they do that?
A few different ways. You can email me at dfeldman@deloitte.co.il, or you can send me a DM. I know you're a big Instagram man, so
let's do
David Feldman.
Love it. But yeah, you can plug your Instagram.
Yeah. No, I know you're an Instagram man. I'm happy. I'm gonna plug myself right now. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. No, but Instagram's David Feldman. You can hit me up on Facebook, but email.
Okay, so then I have one last question. I'll land the interview. One last question. So there was that picture of you a couple of months ago in the Tel Aviv Fashion Week. Are you into fashion? Are you a fashion guy?
I'd like to say I'm a little into fashion.
You got the whole look. You got the tight pants and the no socks.
I was dressed.
You dressed the part.
A little bit. I had to dress the part. I looked the part for the. I have some friends in the fashion world here. Got an invitation.
Nice.
Had a good time.
Very cool. All right, man. Listen. You know what I'm about to say, right?
Hopefully.
If I can help in any way, you let me know.
I will.
I love it.
If I can help in any way.
We talked about you'll help down the line. I help you. You help me. Let's all.
Perfect.
But if we talked about some big ideas. I think if you follow up on those ideas, I think big potential. So
excited to make it happen.
I'm serious. Make it happen, dude. Seriously, no joke. Good luck with everything. Good to hang out.
Number one.
You're number one. Just finished the meeting with this guy. Who are you? What's your name?
Hi, my name is Itai Sagi. I'm the co-founder of VC4U.com.
You said that very well.
Thank you.
I feel like you've said that 1,000 times. Okay, so we've been trying to connect for a couple of months now, I think, no?
Right.
First of all, VC4U.com is a really cool domain.
Thank you.
And, you just sat with me and explained to me the vision, and I think I have good news and bad news. First of all, before I tell you the good news and the bad news, what is VC4U?
VC4U is a leading source for entrepreneurs to create professional investor one-pagers and a good source for investors to find quality deal flow.
Okay, so a marketplace.
Yes.
Who is your primary and who is your secondary audience? Are you targeting investors first and entrepreneurs second, or entrepreneurs first and investors second?
We target entrepreneurs first. We've worked with entrepreneurs for the past couple of years and attracted over 8,000 companies.
Who's the supply and who's the demand here?
So the supply is the one-pagers of the entrepreneurs, and the business model is to sell licensing to the investors to get quality deal flow. So it's completely free for entrepreneurs.
Okay, so let's start with the fact that every marketplace, in my opinion, has somewhat of a challenge because, and I've worked, with several marketplaces. In general, there's supply and there's demand, right? There's, supply and demand. You know what that is. I don't have to explain that. But there's always the question: do I target supply and then that brings demand, or do I target demand and that brings supply? So, if you
supply.
Right. So I'm saying, you go to eBay, right? And a lot of times entrepreneurs will say, we're targeting both. You can't target both.
Right.
No one expects to go to eBay.com and for eBay.com to be targeting sellers, right? It targets the buyers. More buyers bring more sellers, not the other way around. So you're targeting startups, but you're monetizing investors.
Correct.
Okay. So for startups, you're saying to them, come to VC4U.com and build your one-pager for free.
Correct.
You like the service, and now, if you want, you can pay for premium features, which include
business plan, consultation, feedback on your one-pager, things of that sort.
Okay. And then the investor, you're saying to the investor, instead of going out and scouting deals and paying some finder or whatever, come to the platform and go shopping. Filter out, do you want to invest in biotech, do you want to invest in consumer, you want to invest in enterprise, you want to invest in seed, you want to invest in A, you want to invest in B, you want to invest in this valuation, up to $1.5 million, fine, whatever it is. You define the parameters, hit search, and boom, you got deal flow.
exactly.
Okay, that's a pretty clear value prop. But the question remains, and this is what we discussed, and this is a discussion worth having, and I think
Right.
it's a thought that you have to kind of, because I think you agree that it's challenging.
It
I
is.
think most investors, and I'm putting aside for 1 second a first-time tech investor who literally knows no one, but anybody who has somewhat of a network, mostly, whether they're right or they're wrong, by the way, believes, I don't need a platform to get me deals. I'll just go to my network, or entrepreneurs will come to me, they want my money. But the reality is, it's not so simple. So if an investor is watching this, why should he use your platform, or she?
Well, the data that we have is proprietary, so it can't be found anywhere else. It's in depth, and they don't really have to use it as a. They won't open their checkbook and write a check because they've seen it on our website.
Right.
But they do get extra information about the market. They can look for other companies, in the same scope that they want to invest in. So it's not only to invest; it's also to learn about the industry, and if they want also to invest. I mean, investors pay a lot of money to equivalent platforms, even PitchBook and others,
Right.
not really for deal flow, but to get more information.
Uh-huh.
And they pay them tens of thousands of dollars versus, $200 with us.
But you,
it's
so then,
different.
so what kind of, okay, I mean, so then maybe you're not even like a deal flow platform, you're more of a due diligence platform.
That as well. So
How
they
in
can-
depth do you get though? How much information do you give me on these companies?
So on each company, you can tell if it's an experienced entrepreneur who started companies before, if they have investors, if they will invest again, how much money they want to raise, their business model,
Wow.
their competitors.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
We directly ask the entrepreneurs, and they fill out all the
Wow.
information.
So you're telling me every single one of the thousands of startups,
About 8,000 startups.
8,000 startups on your platform, every single one of you you've interviewed personally?
They answer a questionnaire online, and
Wow.
once they finish it, it gets on the investor platform.
Wow, that's wow. That's pretty
And
impressive stuff.
In Israel, it's between 3,000 and 4,000 companies alone.
Unbelievable. So if an investor or a startup is watching this and they want to hear more information, they want to learn more information, they want to just be in touch with you, what's the best way to contact you?
Best way to contact me directly is Itai, I-T-A-Y, at vcforu.com.
That's you as in the letter U,
The
not
letter U.
Y-O-U. So
Exactly.
Itai
At
vc4u.com. Okay, so just one more last question, then we'll end the interview. I just want to give me a little bit of context on you in terms of your background, because you have an interesting story. Your dad. Just give me some context.
So I started as a biotech engineer. I spent a couple years at MIT doing research in the Bob Langer lab, who's quite well known in the industry. Later, I got my MBA in Barcelona at IESE, where I met my co-founder Nili, who's the CEO of VC4U, very talented person. And later on, I started a company with my father called Lexiphone, which was in the voice tech, natural
Wow.
language processing industry.
Okay.
Raised about $6 to $7 million there, and worked there for 6 years. That's when I started VC4U.
Interesting.
And ever since, I've been kind of very active in the entrepreneur space, mentoring startups, in the Hive Accelerator and other places, and kind of helping startups.
It's important to mention that you've achieved this scale. You're not a massive, huge company yet, but you have thousands of startups on board. You have a real value prop to both sides of the marketplace. You've achieved this with zero funding.
Zero bootstrap,
Completely bootstrapped. And you're generating revenue. Company's doing okay. It's healthy. Love it. Those are the stories that I love most, man. Listen, it's awesome. I'm sorry it took us this long to meet. I love it. But if there's anything I can do to help, I think we have some big ideas.
Very big ideas. I thank you. I appreciate.
Oh, man, I didn't do anything. No, but listen, I'm just telling you one thing. If you do even half of the things we just talked about, forget about it. In 6 months from now, you will look back at me. You'll say to me, you'll pick up the phone. You'll say, Hillel, the day we sat at Cafe Hillel in Israeli Mall was the day I started to build my brand.
Maybe that's my first blog.
There you go. No, I'm serious. Some of the things we talked about are really, really big. A lot of effort, but if you do them, forget about it. Sky's the limit.
I agree.
Well, let me know if I can help with anything. Good luck.
Thank
and
you.
I'm glad we got to meet, man. And thanks for the
you,
coffee.
man.
That was good iced coffee, man. Appreciate it. As always, these parking lots were built by someone who was clearly smoking crack. For the love of God, I don't know where I parked my car. Zero logic. Zero. Gonna find it eventually. I always leave meeting buffer time in between meetings when I know I have to find my car, because it always takes me time to find my car. No clue. Okay, I'm somewhat optimistic that I've located my automobile. Maybe, perhaps, when? First of all, that steak. How on a scale from 1 to 10? How because today usually when I'm at Mitos we have a bone, 500 gram on the bone like a prime ribeye steak. Today we got this 40-day aged ridiculous entrecôte steak. It was bonkers. How was it?
Juicy. They did a good job. They did it right.
It tastes like there was butter on it, man. I don't know if that's kosher. Okay, so let's start real quick from the beginning. We know each other a couple of years, brother, neighbor. I didn't even make the Donnie Levine connection till this meeting, which is slightly embarrassing, perhaps, maybe, I don't know. But we'll get there in a second. But beyond that, we went to the same college together. We've been in Israel roughly the same amount of time, pretty much the same age. There's all kinds of different connections here, right? Okay. You reached out to me. I didn't have much context, but my last trip when I was going to Australia, you reached out. I don't know the backstory there, but leave that alone for 1 second. You said, listen, you're flying. Would you like us to make sure you don't lose your bags? And I was like, is the Pope Catholic? Like, right. Yeah, hell's yeah, for sure. Why not, right? Because everyone's worst nightmare is landing in the airport and losing their bag.
Right. I told you that you've got a wacky trip going from Tel Aviv. What was it? Tel Aviv, Zurich, Singapore.
Was it Zurich? No, was it Zurich?
On the way back
Your way
back was via Istanbul, and I was like, Hillel, that's a lot of flight time with 2 connections, and you're probably going to do some shopping, or at least Racheli's going to do shopping. You don't want to lose your bags, and you're like, what the hell is that?
So I mean, at the end of the day, you kind of, I'm avoiding the word insured, but you basically covered my bags that if they do get lost, you find them for me, and if you can't find them for me, you pay me $1,000 per bag.
Right.
It cost me $5.
Cost you $5 round trip.
Okay, so I mean, which begs the question: why isn't every single traveler in the entire planet using your service? What is your service? What's it called?
Our service is called Blue Ribbon Bags. We are a lost luggage location and expedited delivery service. It costs you $5 round trip, no matter how many connections there are on that round trip ticket. And if your bag doesn't get to your destination in 96 hours, we guarantee you those 96 hours. Otherwise, we pay you $1,000 per bag, 2 bags per person. No questions asked. I don't care what the value of your luggage is. I want to get you your bag. And if I mess up, we get you $1,000.
I need to dumb this down a bit, okay? You're telling me if I have a stupid suitcase with like a pair of underwear in it, and I pay you $5 to make sure that bag gets to its destination, and that bag gets lost, you pay me $1,000 for that bag?
So when you get to your destination and that carousel goes around, no bag, you have a heart attack, you tell the airline, they tell you, yeah, we'll let you know. You notify us immediately. We will do everything to get you your bag back in 96 hours. Otherwise, we pay you $1,000. I don't care what the value of your contents is. I don't need any receipts.
Okay. What's your website?
BlueRibbonBags.com.
BlueRibbonBags.com.
On the top of the website, you'll see it says purchase, but ask your travel agent. There's a growing number of travel agents worldwide that offer our service already, and they can add it with 2 clicks onto the website, onto your tickets.
Wait, you're getting ahead of yourself. I was sitting this entire meeting with my jaw like on the floor because you're telling me stuff like you opened my mind to a whole other world. We're going to talk about Donnie in a second, but hold on a second. When I hear these stories, and thank God it has not happened to me yet, but when I hear these stories...
But 10 years ago with someone else.
Yeah, someone else lost it with a MacBook of mine in the suitcase. Don't ask me why I should put a MacBook in the suitcase. Another topic for another time. But when I hear these stories of people losing their suitcases, I always think, where did that suitcase go? It just disappeared into thin air? I mean, it's somewhere. And you literally explained to me that it's handled by humans who just don't give a crap, and it just literally just sits there and just gets lost. And then you told me something even crazier, that there are actual destinations in the world that buy lost luggage and take out the content of that luggage and sell it.
Right.
Why is this industry behaving like it's 1912? How has this not evolved? It's crazy. Why is there no technology being used?
Right. So there are definitely a lot of companies out there that have started because people are so concerned about losing their luggage. So there are even these companies that have created these little luggage location GPSs and whatever. That is wonderful. If there is even any sort of Wi-Fi or a cell phone connection in the dungeons of some sort of airport, it tells you that your bag is in Dallas. Thank you so much. That GPS is not going to grow legs. Our software and our technology and our connections and our ability to get drilled down to the exact location of your bag and then to get the right people to move that bag, and that is why we charge $5 for the round trip, because we need to know what your round trip is. It is possible that your bag, the airline may have already rebooked your bag, but you're not going to be there by then. Okay. We know where you're going, and we will make sure to get you your bag to the right place.
This is a no-brainer if I've ever heard one. Like, why would every single traveler not use this? It's $5, and if you get $1,000, if you don't find, you'll find my bag because you have the connections in every airport. Even if you cannot find buy my bag, pay me $1,000. It's such a no-brainer. Now, we met today. Again, we've been connected for years. You were kind enough to offer me your service last trip. Fantastic. We know each other from Twitter or whatever. And like, I'm an idiot because I didn't make the connection until this very second. But the CEO and the founder of this company is Donnie Levy.
President, yeah.
Oh, he's the president. Okay, so Donnie and I go back literally 5 years. We were in camp together, old friends. I know his family, know his father, know his mom well, know his sister, know his brother. Like, I know the family super well. And I knew he was like doing really well. I knew, he's running some company. I did not make the connection. How big is this company?
We've
raised how much? Can you talk about, is that public information? Tens of millions, can we say that?
Yeah.
Tens of millions of dollars raised from investors. Okay, you have thousands of people using your service every day.
Yeah, we've got thousands, more like hundreds of thousands.
Every day.
Every day we have got tens on bad weather or bad connections or crazy strikes. It can go over the hundreds of people reporting a day on a
daily basis.
On a quiet day, we maybe have 50 people that report a lost bag to us.
50 people a day on a quiet day.
Quiet day.
How is this a thing? It boggles my mind. I'm telling you. I'm literally in shock from how big of and widespread of a problem this is. It's crazy to me. I don't know how it's ever happened to me, but it hasn't. Right now I'm totally jinxing it. But listen, the bottom line is, I'm loving this. I love what you guys are doing.
The first time I bought Blue Ribbon bags, I'll tell you my personal very quick story. This is about 3 years ago. I did not work for the company. I was in London. It was a wonderful afternoon. There was a Glenlivet Master Distiller's whiskey tasting. It was wonderful. I was after whiskey number, I don't remember. Some guy next to me says, "Hey, have you heard of this Blue Ribbon bag thing?" "No, what is it? If you lose your bags, I'll get back to you." I said, "You know what, I've got a crazy itinerary. I was going from London to Oslo, San Francisco, and then a whole bunch of other things. And I bought Blue Ribbon bags. I landed in Oslo. God was reading my email, no bag. I went up to the counter. The lady says to me, she did me a favor to look up from her cell phone. She was playing on her phone. She filled out a report and said, "Well, when's my bag coming? You know, I'm only here for 6 hours. I've got a short connection." She's like, "I don't know, sometime in the next 24 to 48 hours, next customer, please."
Oh my God.
At that point, the anger overcame the whiskey. I remembered Blue Ribbon bags. I quickly clicked on the link in my email. I reported to Blue Ribbon bags. 3 minutes. 3 minutes later, I got an automated email from Blue Ribbon bags. "Your bag is already on its way to Oslo on British Airways flight such and such." I went to my meeting. I was calm. I knew my bag was on my way. Someone had my back. An hour and a half later, I came up to the counter, to the lady. I finished my meeting. I was good. And I could actually see my bag on the other side. And I said, "Hey, look, there's my bag." She said, "How do you know?" And I showed her my cell phone with the confirmation from Blue Ribbon bags that my bag was already arriving in Oslo on the specific flight. She turned her monitor to the side and showed me her screen and said, "Look on my screen, it says pending report."
Okay.
I was sold.
All right, I love it. Listen, I absolutely love it. If there's a travel agent or an online travel agency or a consumer that wants to use and wants to learn about the service, how do they contact you?
Let's start from the consumer. They can go to blueribbonbags.com and on top of the page it says About Us or Features.
Yeah.
They can actually also buy it on our website. However, for their travel agent to do it, it's even quicker, because for a travel agent that uses either Sabre or Travelport, those are Travelport software packages, for them it is 3 clicks from within their operation system to add Blue Ribbon bags for the client. They don't have to type anything.
Super simple.
Online travel agency, they just have to add it into their website. We have API. Vast majority of the travel agencies do a static integration, non-API. It is very, very, very simple. If they do a data dump every day, and they just have to add another column into the data dump, and we'll process it for them. We've got almost 100 OTAs, online travel agencies worldwide, and the number is growing daily.
I love it. There's no question that I'm going to use it every single time I travel. Goes without saying, if I can help in any way, shape, or form, do let me know. This interview is way too long. My editor's going to murder me. Thank you very much for lunch. It was awesome. The man came prepared. Brought me some swag. Thank you, dude. That has forever been my worst nightmare, landing in an airport for like a business trip and not having my luggage. $5, and you guaranteed to get your luggage, or $1,000 per bag. What a no-brainer. Kind of amazed by this company and how fast they've grown. But again, with a no-brainer like that, I guess it's not very shocking. It's kind of shocking that no one's done this before, though. Heading back to Tel Aviv now for a launch party for Maniv, Mike Granoff's VC, in their new office. Pretty tired, but I love the guy. Back to Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv at night is a whole new level of awesome. of the hour, the man of the hour, Mike Granoff. Tell me about it. What are we doing here tonight? What are we celebrating?
We're celebrating the opening of our office in Serona. We're from Mobility. We're a venture fund that invests only in, guess what, mobility, because we believe that we can create a safer, cleaner, more efficient, more accessible, less expensive transportation system, less aggravating. We all sit in traffic all the time. This guy I know, he's having dinner in Beit Shemesh and having breakfast in Jerusalem, and he's all over the place. It's true. He must sit in traffic all the time. It's true. We have to fix all this. There's 1 million people a year dying on roads around the world. We need to fix it. We've got the technology to do it. We've got companies that have the technology. That's what we do.
I often say, how is parking, how is traffic, how are all these things still a thing in 2018? You're going to fix that.
You know, we've digitized every part of our lives over the last 30 years, but we have not done transportation. If Henry Ford came and looked under the hood of these cars, he'd recognize every part.
All right, I have one question for you, though.
Yeah.
Where did you get that meat? Because the meat here tonight, the Sato meat, it's like heaven on earth. Where'd you get it from? I must know.
That is a question
Top secret information,
for
right?
Crack team. And I don't know this is the vote.
Very impressive turnout. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Go do your thing, man. It was great to see you, as always. And this guy, who are you?
Robbie Grano.
And you are this guy's father, brother? What grade are you in? 7th grade. You into tech?
He's pretty.
You're into meat, though, right?
He's into tech. He's into cars. He's into meat.
Awesome. All right, we'll get you on the vlog when your first startup. You launch your startup, we'll get you on the vlog, all right? Okay. All right, man. That was a great party. Calling it a day. See you tomorrow.